Oh, I was gonna mention, and this is just kind of a mention question statement, I don't know. So if, like, Nate wants to go and, check out the roads, I would think it wouldn't be a bad idea for Nate to know what the agreement is, that you're talking to the main, superintendent over there, because that way there's more than one person who knows what's going on and what the expectation is, what the verbal contract is, and also maybe what's written down. What is the written contract? There should have been a bid, and in that bid, they should state
Well,
what they're
actually,
going to
there wasn't a
fix.
bid to the town. What we did was because we had some complaints about damage to the tennis court. So I talked to Chad Hansen, who is the Senior Vice President of Great West Engineering, who is overseeing this whole project. He got with his supervisor over at the lagoons, that is doing the lagoon work over there, and they agreed to fix the damaged parts of the tennis court and any damage that was around the tennis court.
I think we're
but-
talking about the roads that they actually
But,
damaged by
that-
their
and
big
that's,
old
I'm getting,
trucks.
yes,
But
I'm
getting
getting
something
to
written
that.
is not a bad idea. Yeah.
So-
Well, because you
go
can't
back on
keep
it.
payment from them if they finish the job that you's like, yep, that's all I want, and they finish that job, how can you keep payment from them?
You have to review the contract and make sure there's a clean policy.
That's what I'm saying, there should be a cleanup clause, so there should be in writing some sort of clause that
And
says
that's
this
what
is
it
what
is.
the expectation is,
Yes.
because you can't keep my money from me just because I didn't do what you thought I was supposed to do in your mind. There is a contract for that, and I'd be pissed.
Well, I would too.
So, I mean, hey, I think there's a proper process,
Cause yeah, if that's the case.
and I
if
think
they're
Nate should get to
able
know it's in the contract, so that
If
he
they're
can
able to
also.
skate down, I mean, that's worrying about a potholes can be the least of our worries compared to what that's gonna look like out in the winter.
Whoever tries to plow that street's gonna get snagged and go
I can forward you
straight
all
into
the
the first
emails.
house.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be right, I mean, if anything.
Which
Oh,
way?
yeah.
Well, it'll be yours, but it'll be coming back to yours.
Yeah, I got two,
Right after I
Insurance
get
payment
right.
for me.
I got two questions. One, there's people that has water rights to these irrigation ditches around town, right? Okay. Do they know that they are responsible for cleaning the culverts instead of the mayor?
Yes.
Well, I would get on your butts if I was you. That culvert
Instead
by
of
me
me-
is getting
instead of me-
clogged up again, Mayor.
Instead of me going down and cleaning it
Yeah.
out?
And I ain't letting you use my rake to get your own.
Okay.
Okay, and who's responsible for maintaining this concrete mess we have that is somebody's irrigation ditch? They don't take care of it at all, water
What?
leaks in
I
all the
talked,
basements.
yeah, and I talked to, Bartlett Ditch Company, and according to them, the shareholders are responsible for that. Which
And-
means that because it runs through the town on Main Street, then we are the ones that have to maintain that. And we're looking at that right now,
Wait,
actually.
wait, wait, when they
Excellent.
say shareholders, that does not mean the town unless the town has shares
We
in the
do.
ditch.
We do.
In this ditch or in this ditch over here?
In the Bartlett ditch, which this little ditch that runs down in front of town here on the sidewalk is part of the Bartlett ditch.
I know that.
Yeah. But we do pay shares, we do pay for shares.
I realize that, but like if I have a head gate over here, I don't have to take care of somebody else's head gate over here.
No, I know.
So where is your, what head gate is your shares?
That's the
Our head gate is up here, at the top of the West River, I believe it is. Is it
That
Jerry?
your head gate?
I'm pretty sure yours is
I
over
thought
there.
your
by
head gate
Crazy
was
Bruce.
over here towards the ball field. or
Well, we
something.
have this one up here, and we have one over at the ball field. And the one at the ball field right now is evidently not working right because that south end of that ball field where the old home, the field actually was, where it's now filled up with really good grass hay, has just saturated. It's just saturated with water.
It's always been situated.
Well, last year it was pretty dry.
Last year was
It was
over
mostly-
hard.
yeah.
How
Back when
many,
we played ball there with the teams in the 70s.
Yeah.
how many people actually have irrigation rights on this little ditch that runs down Main Street?
Well, the town, I know of two people up on the west end of town,
I know of at least
And the
four.
mayor, or the last
There's
mayor.
1, 2, 3,
And that's the only
4
one I
people on
think.
the east side of town that I can
Is
think
there?
of.
Yeah, there's,
So probably a total of maybe 10 people in town have shares in the Bartlett ditch that use the irrigation water.
And they're not responsible for keeping up this concrete mess, and it is a mess.
I know it is. No, we are evidently, because I talked to Joe Yedlicka. He came to my house and he said that the shareholders are responsible for the ditches.
Here's my question.
Yes.
You don't pull water out of this ditch though for anything for the.
It goes under a culvert down East River.
But do you pull water out of it for the town?
Mhm.
So
Then
that's
it
what
should
he's
be
saying, it's not your
responsibility.
necessarily your shareholder, so you might be understanding that, yes, you have shares on the Bartlett ditch, but that might not be your ditch. That might be the ditch of somebody down in that, maybe, if I had shares, maybe it was my ditch that I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be taking
Well, I
care of.
specifically brought that up to Mr. Yelverkin. He said, yes, it was the town's responsibility.
Why don't we get a
Well, of
map or
course he
something
did.
that shows,
I
why
would
don't we get
research
paperwork
out
that
the
shows
little
who has what?
I wouldn't pay
Yeah,
for
I
it.
This should be the town. How would I
I'm
know?
sorry, Erin.
Why don't we get paperwork that shows who has what, who's in charge of
I
it?
asked for a contract and for the Bartlett ditch, and I don't know if we actually have one.
You should, if you pay
Who
your
pays taxes on
right
it?
away or your.
Who pays the taxes on this little ditch that goes down through here?
Well, we don't pay the taxes on it. We pay for shares for the water.
Well,
And
somebody's gotta pay
And that's
taxes
what we,
on it.
with it, well, the town pays shares, and the Bartlett ditch probably actually pays the property
No, they don't
taxes.
pay for nothing.
They
I
don't.
pay taxes on my own, I have like 3 shares,
I am not
Right down
really
below.
familiar with the Bartlett ditch and how it's operating, or who's responsible for what. I've been trying to find out, and that's why I've been in touch with Joe Yedlicka, who is, been with Bartlett for quite some time. And his only response to me was that the shareholders are responsible for maintaining the ditches.
Right? We also pay taxes on them.
Well, yeah. So, unless I can see a contract, a written contract that specifically states what the town or other shareholders are responsible for and what the Bartlett Ditch Company is responsible for, I cannot give you a honest answer right now about that, because I don't know.
The ditch company pays for the ditch maintenance. My ditch got cleaned this spring and.
Well, I asked him about that
And
too,
it-
because
it
we
is
have a
paid
ditch
for.
that runs right through town and, comes right out here, and it's 5 feet high in weeds on top of the ditch. And along the street, it's full of weeds, but he said that the shareholders were responsible.
so why wouldn't the shareholders down below the track have to help take care of up here?
Exactly.
I guess because they live on the other side of tracks, I have no clue. I just really don't, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Because
Like I
they
said,
don't
I'm
want to.
not real familiar with the Bartlett Ditch Company.
yeah, that's been a big
And
issue
what
for a
their-
long
What
time.
their, regulations are as far as shareholders and themselves taking care, and who's responsible to clean the ditches or take care of them or mow them, or if there's a leaching problem somewhere from one of the dikes, who's responsible to fix that. I don't know. The only reason I said that the town was responsible for it was because we had a person that, there were weeds and everything growing up in the culvert, and I went down and got bitten to death by mosquitoes and got all those weeds out so that the water would flow through the culvert.
Because you didn't believe me. Anyways, whatever year you get somebody to go down there and fix that bank and fix that culvert, let me know and I'll move my car for them.
Okay, we'll do that.
Like I said, whatever year.
I have a question. On line item 15, we never really discussed what the result of that discussion was. We leave it the same.
Notification.
All the way underneath
The
material.
state says we have to
That's
notify
right.
Was that-
for meetings, regular and special meetings, within 48 hours before the meeting. So if we're going to have a meeting on Friday, we post it Wednesday afternoon, which gives us more than 48 hours. For our meetings, our regular town council meetings, Brenda always posts them in where we're supposed to post them, 3 different places in town. She posts them on Friday, right after lunch, which gives Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and most of Monday for people to know that they're having a meeting and give them time to come and see what's on the agenda. She always has copies of the agenda in the office, so they can ask questions or get information, whatever information that we have in that office. And everything in our office except for employee files is confidential information for employees. Everything else is open to the public.
So we're gonna leave it the same, like,
No, I'm going to.
We're going to look at it and
Amend the
post on
ordinance
this.
to
You
be
rewrite the
26.
ordinance.
I think that
And I can understand why Elton's concerned about the time limits for the posting. But as Bill said, we have council members that work full-time. I am the only one that's retired on this council. And so I have time to do things like that. But all of these council members work full-time. And they don't have time to come ahead of time and look at a lot of things that Elton's asking for. So I'm not really sure where we're going with it, but Hope has agreed to review it and rewrite it. And we'll just go, I'll leave it with her and we'll go with it.
there are circumstances where you need 40 hours is way too long sometimes, I can see that, especially if you have a big disaster in town or something.
Well, if there's a disaster, it would be an emergency meeting and we wouldn't have to post it. We would just go around town with bullhorn and say, this is an emergency.
Yeah, Shirley, on the, do you know how many shares the city has on the Bartlett?
No, I don't. I believe it's 235.
I do
Oh, wow.
Well, sell them back to them, and you have to be responsible.
I just wondered because if you had so many shares, you could see how much that ditch up there pulls. If that's pulling every one of your shares, you shouldn't have to pay for this up here.
I'll have to look at the actual paperwork and see,
Yeah.
because I honestly, Jerry, I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, isn't that appropriate for, isn't there somebody who has legal I don't know, that's probably not Hope's expertise, but isn't there somebody, maybe, I mean, she could probably find out. Shouldn't this be a legal matter? I mean, this seems to be a concern. And this ditch thing's been coming up all the time, and I've heard a lot of gripes. Why in the world can't we have somebody look at this and get the real legal issues on this? I mean, and lay it out on the table for the next meeting?
I have talked to the people at Bartlett Ditch Company, and I have talked to actually my personal law firm. And as far as all the answers that I got back, or replies or responses that I've gotten back, is that the way that the Bartlett company runs their company with their contracts and things like that, the shareholders are responsible for maintenance of the ditch.
Well, it appears to me there's more issues than that, and I think that somebody should actually do a very thorough report on this, because this issue isn't going away, it's been
I'm
coming
going to
up.
appoint you to do that, Elton.
Oh, it needs to be somebody with a law background.
My experience.
Yes.
You
My
probably know
experience
more
most-
than I do on ditches, but I'll look
Well,
into it.
these guys do.
I'll give you the rake
Good.
next
I'm
time.
sorry.
I don't need a
Most of my experience on
background.
ditches is it's the ditch company's right or responsibility to get the water in the ditch. Once it leaves the head gate, it's the shareholder's
That's right.
responsibility.
That's
They're
exactly
responsible
what they
for the
said.
main ditch, the maintenance,
Like I said,
And that is
repairs.
it. The big
somebody's
ditch.
responsible.
And they go and they clean it and they burn it.
And they got their,
mow
whatever
it.
their easement is on each
But-
side of their ditch, and
right.
that's their
But that's
responsibility. Once
it.
it leaves
And
that, that's
anything that
yours.
comes off of that main head gate is the shareholder's responsibility. Tammy, you don't have
I want to
anything
hire
to
an
say?
attorney to, you do
How many
not want to
shares
hire
do
an
I
attorney
have?
because it's costly.
Pardon?
Yeah.
How many shares do I have on that ditch?
We'll have to ask.
In
the
front of my,
Do
Building
you
there.
pay shares? Do you pay the ditch company every year?
I
Then
have
you don't.
no idea.
Well,
No,
but we
then
get
you
water
don't.
from it.
You don't have
And it's
shares.
running my basement.
Then I would, I don't know what to tell you about that, because I've had that complaint from several people on Main Street, that
I'm
water is
sure.
seeping into their
So-
basement.
So
Yes.
the question is does anybody actually pull water from that ditch that goes to
I
town?
think the businesses downtown actually will take a little bucket or something, go out and get some water out of the ditch to water their flowers in front of their businesses.
Okay, well,
But other than that, it goes
is
right
it
down
worth the
East River.
town fixing that, paying to fix it, if it's not really being used? I guess that's my point. Like if that's causing damage to structures in town and it's causing property damage, that is a problem. The problem obviously needs to be fixed, so what is the solution?
Well, my solution to it is to get a large PVC pipe, cut the damn thing in half, set it into the ditch and cement it or glue it or whatever with a
Well,
lip.
who's the
you know.
shareholders on the ditch? Because maybe they should be on the community for figuring out how to fix that.
Who put the original concrete ditch in?
Huh?
I
Who
think,
put the original concrete ditch in?
I don't know, I'd have to ask,
It's older than dirt.
Oh, I
If the city
understand.
did, then the city's still responsible
Yeah.
for it.
and it's been here, that ditch has been here
Yeah.
since I was a kid. I mean, that's a long time ago.
And people are very nostalgic about that ditch.
Yes, they are, yes, they are,
And we used
And-
to irrigate the bottom of the cowboy with it.
yeah.
Lizards liked it.
But, you know, like I said, that, I remember that ditch from when I was whatever, years and years and
So
years
do
ago.
I, but I'm not that nostalgic.
But
If it's ruining stuff, fix it.
You can't ditch it.
It's hard to tell people
Huh?
that have lived
You
in this
cannot cut
area.
the water supply off to people, you know.
You can't cut
rights-
them.
Yeah,
The ditch rights supersede the town, actually.
yeah, and it goes right down across the street,
Well, I didn't
across the
say we had
highway.
to get rid of
And
it,
it
but
goes
there's
right
probably
down
a
this river.
solution
Yeah.
to getting them water that's economical.
That was my only solution at that point, was to line the ditch so that the water doesn't seep through the broken concrete, because it would cost us a fortune to dig all that concrete up and redo that whole ditch.
We're still gonna have to probably hire somebody to fix it.
Right.
at the end of
My
the day.
solution would be to put a PVC pipe the whole length of that ditch and cover it up.
Well, see, and that probably wouldn't happen because we would have a whole lot of people that have lived in this town for very, very, very many years coming and going.
Ooh,
But
It's ruining my
solution was
building.
the same thing, except cut the PVC pipe in half and make a new ditch.
But if you put a PVC pipe in and you cover it up, then
To
4
close.
years from now, you're gonna have people falling through the holes of the darn thing, and you have another problem,
You can't
because
just
they're
keep
parking
patching
on it.
stuff. It's just a temporary, bigger issue down the road.
One other,
Yes.
well, they can't.
you might want to announce that Jim,
Oh, that's true, that's true.
that you'll be
Yeah, it's
advertising
such a
for
discussion about other
yourself.
non-consequential things.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Hope, I couldn't hear you.
She was just reminding me about Mr. Perkins, our council person. Mr. Perkins, last month had a severe heart attack, and he had to be hospitalized for several days. He is home now, and he is improving somewhat, but he is not totally back to good health yet. And therefore, he has resigned his position as council. So we are taking letters of intent to be on the council, and we will look at those in August. Okay.
Excuse me, may I say
Yes.
something? There's also a card over here for Mr. Perkins.
If anybody wants to
If
sign.
anybody hasn't signed it or didn't know it was there, so.
I make a motion we adjourn.
I second it.
I have a motion to adjourn and a second. All in favor? Meeting's adjourned. Next meeting date is August, what date, Brendan? August, the 8th? 6th? 6th.
Oh, in the meantime, I got my rate ready for you.
Never happened.
It must be uphill enough that it
No.
all runs down to my building.
I think, no, her cement is cracked and everything else, and she's never had water in it.
And I
The
think,
deadline to follow is they're not here, where they can.
I can't even get insurance because of that.
Well, you're not, let me tell you what. I can tell you of several houses down, that had the same problem.
For sure,
And
that's.
they always wanted to say it was the ditch,
Okay.
and it was actually the
And
water
then,
line.
yeah, as that goes, if they wanna meet on
Yes.
Friday afternoon. we
Lauren
can shut
Entz's
them
house
off
was
whatever.
right here.
And Brenda
And he
will
always
post
blamed it on the ditch. My mom lived there for years beforehand, and it's the water
Yeah,
level.
cause then that way when those guys.
So in other words, when they're irrigating,
No, it's a wet year. I have lived down there, and I have dug 8 feet.
Oh, no, as long as I know we're Friday,
and
I'm
it's
good, so.
Oh, yeah.
That was all I needed,
Yeah.
so.
It's
You guys have a
water
good one.
level.
The date we
Say,
were
if
supposed
it's
to.
not within so many feet, then the owner is.
I had the email and I forgot. Yeah.
But like I said, though, you're now losing.
Oh, that's Tim's.
One replace. In the interim, addressing the new builds, I'd suggest we just contract with the person that's doing it, and then have them discharge the town, so you're not having to go out and hire
Going way
somebody
too
to
fast.
go
Yeah.
from
Well,
the curb stop.
I'm talking to two different companies right now that are putting bids to do
All right.
work as needed
Just
for new services, so.
But
No, I
I
can
didn't
back
mean to
that.
shut you down as far as making a motion to amend.
That's what I mean, I wanted to know.
Yeah, it's possible.
Whatever sounded good, you know,
Yeah.
now I don't know how many more, how many other people we're gonna get for building outside the city.
And I'll get with the sheriff's office
We
and.
gotta run our line to the.
No, not outside the city limits. They are not entitled to.
Put it through right on the line.
If
And
they,
we have
if
water
they are
lines.
within the town
Okay,
limits.
so it wasn't
Okay, so
approved,
your
it was
responsibility
approved without,
and they
without
get
restrictions, so I'm not gonna worry about that, so I'll get with the sheriff's
So
office and
she
let
would
her
have
know
to do the
that
five.
she's, that
You
they're
could repeal that curb stop.
having a
Go
song
back
days
to,
kind of celebration
from
thing.
the house to the main is responsibility of the new builder. But that would be entirely up to the council whether they want to.
Well, I think the code actually says, or the ordinance actually says that we will expose the main and tap. They are responsible to connect the main.
No, it doesn't.
I'll have to look
The
at
curb
that.
stop
She
ordinance
just
that
looked it
was,
up.
yeah, the curb stop ordinance was amends that. Okay?
Oh, okay, all right. I was looking at one that hadn't been amended, is that what you're saying?
I'll show it to you. I don't have this tab.
So if the meter is close to the house, but the curb stops near the property line,
It has nothing to do with meter.
okay.
Right here, construction cost. So what was enacted in 2013. And new or repaired connection to the water mains shall be achieved by use of the curb stop. The entire cost of construction, laying, repairing, or maintaining any water pipes connecting the property to the curb stop shall be the respective property owner.
Okay.
Okay? And then it addresses curb stops installed after that. But it's just that, and then the council's.
Okay, good, good. All right.
You don't even want to walk by the front door.
Is it hot?
Holy crap, it's really warm out there.
Sweat,
Whoa.
sauna,
That is right.
we don't even need to put one in.
It's supposed to get really warm tomorrow, guys. Warmer than it was today.
Oh, wow. You know, you're gonna get a plaque, so
Yes.
I'll hang on to this card until,
Okay.
right?
Let me know if I can contribute to that too.
We will.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And-
And if you happen to see Jim, tell him I'm thinking of this.
Yeah, I see him at least once or
Then I'll
twice a
probably
week.
call and
This is how
figure out,
much
are we gonna
it
wanna
would
put
be.
names
One
on
of
it?
the,
And,
council members'
What?
houses burned down.
You know, or just appreciation for the job and all
I
that?
have no idea.
Or should we put
On the ground.
like
Oh, my.
Jim Perkins.
Well, I'll tell
an
you.
appreciation for
Just
Just
ask,
years of service?
ask,
and- Oh, I see.
ask that place. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Years of service as a council member. And I don't really know. Shirley said it was 11. So honestly.